Thank you. I'm very honored to be here with so many people that care about what they eat and where they buy their food, and maybe even knowing their local farmers and where their food come from. About 10 years ago, we found that we had over 12 CAFOs come in within a 10-mile radius of our farms. We farm about 300 acres. We raise an acre garden. I can all my own food. We make salsa, spaghetti sauce, ketchup. We do it all. And when these CAFOs started coming in, it started making a threat and changing our community, because what it did is it brought dissension to the people around the area, and they started buying up land, they started renting, neighbors started going against neighbors on this issue. And when we found that we were finding manure in the waterways, we decided that we needed to start water monitoring. When I first had got confronted, was a lady at the grocery store literally says, "Why did you turn the neighbor in for dumping manure in the water?" And I says, "What?" You know, so it started out that when I did a FOIA, it was in the drain that was called the Henning drain. It was just after the family name. So at that point, we started looking around and decided that water monitoring was our best, and then joined and helped form the local group Environmentally Concerned Citizens of South Central Michigan. And from there, we started putting together water monitoring projects and seeing what was in the creeks and finding that the waterways were polluted. Today, we have over 1,000 violations from just the 12 CAFOs. 11 of the 12 are under state and federal enforcement. And what we're finding is they have done testing. We have got cryptosporidium, we've got giardia, we've got disease that's in the water. Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1993, over 100 people died and thousands of people got sick from the cryptosporidium. And Walkerton, Ontario, back around 2000, they had people die there from these. And what we're finding is we have over 168 chemicals in the manure that's getting into the water. And then they're putting up huge travel irrigators that put the particulate matter in the air that people are breathing, and people are getting sick. We have people on oxygen. We have people that are having heart problems and other ailments and chronic bronchitis. And when I go out now monitoring, if it's in the air, I will lose my voice completely. We've taken people out on tours where we've had newspapers and stuff come out, and they don't stop here, we'll die, the smell is too great. And no, we're going to stop here. This is what we have to live in. This is our community. We can't go outside. We can't hang laundry. We've got rat infestations. They do bird kills. And what we're trying to figure is how to make a more even playing field. These large CAFOs get huge amounts of subsidies that create an uneven playing field for the family farmer that's trying to be sustainable and raise food the correct way. The large CAFO closest to me gets at least $100,000 a year. That's more than most families make a living off of. And what we need to do is revert back to sustainable food and ways of producing food. And we do a lot by water monitoring to show the practices to the state and the federal officials, to show them that these are not adequate practices. This is not a sustainable system that we're working with. So we have to do the pictures, we have to do the layouts, we have to do the background, we have to do the annotated photos. We have to continue to prove that this is not the way we want our future generation or our children to know how and eat their food from these types of systems. We're finding that you're seeing more E. coli outbreaks now. You're seeing more disease outbreaks. And the way I look at it is you're only going to be as healthy as the soil that you're producing the food in. And we're watching them go out and apply. I just did comments on a permit that one field they had applied over 110 times from April till October. They had discharges in the waterway that was already an impaired watershed, and there's just continuous contamination. This water goes to Lake Erie. We're seeing algae outbreaks in Lake Erie, and we're trying to work with scientists and professors, and we're trying to make the awareness better for the people out on the ground to know where their food is coming from. You need to know your local farmer, find out where your food comes from, track it back, try and, get to know a farmer, or go to the farmer's market or the CSA or the cooperatives, and make yourself aware, because times are changing. But we need to make a more level playing field for the people that really want to do it right. We need to reach out, we need to touch our legislators, our senators, the people in Washington. Let your neighbors know. Just this morning they said the USDA was going to buy, I believe, 7 billion pounds and stuff to supply our school systems, and they're calling it Soylent Pink because it's treated with ammonia. And they show you right out of the movie of Food Inc. Incorporated that this is what they think is nutritious for our children to eat. So I think that everybody here has a stake in this, and I'm very honored to be here because you all care about what you're doing and what you want for your families and stuff. So I'm really asking you to join us today in help creating a better food system for Michigan. And to help us, there'll be ways that you can participate and help us, whether it be water monitoring, whether it be working in your community, whether it be supporting us through donations, and the ladies will tell you and explain that more. And then I want to tell you a little bit about my Goldman Prize. It was my 12-day trip to be Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I got to go to San Francisco, I got to go to Washington, D.C., I got to go to the Opera House in San Francisco with 3,200 people. And not one of them booed me either. I wasn't used to that when I got there. So it was very exciting. I got to take Michael Pollan to breakfast. We got to go to Washington. I got to meet Lisa Jackson, who is the head of the USCPA. We got to have a congressional luncheon with Nancy Pelosi and all the others. I got to meet the president. And we had an ask, and it was very exciting because since I went, and it's almost 2 years now, it has opened doors and blown the doors of the barn wide open as far as I'm concerned, because we've had over 100 interviews. We've been in all types of magazines across the country, Whole Foods, and it's getting the issue out that people need to find out where their food is coming from. And it's helping people across the country to educate them and bring attention to this issue, because this is critical, because this is our children's future, our grandchildren's future. And we've went through a lot. We've had combine damage. We've had dead animals in our mailbox, on our porch, on our car. We've been chased to the sheriff's department. But even when they shot my granddaughter's bedroom window out, I look at this as this is a life or death situation for us, because this is our future. We cannot survive without healthy land and soil to raise good food. We cannot allow the use of clean, fresh groundwater be used to rinse barns out with waste and make more waste. And the air we breathe is so critical for these are our necessities in life. And I think with your help tonight that we can move this forward to a better future. Thank you.